Hello everyone, this is Jan. Today's episode will be in Czech because we'll be hosted by our partner, friend, and director of JESA, the company that supplies all our equipment and stage construction for concerts. Let's take a look at what rental actually is and everything that goes with it. I don't know much about it, so I hope you'll find it interesting too. Here. Hey Andra, you coming with us?
Ondraj Jasinski. Ondrej, he's actually the director and my partner.
Our partner. We've been working together for over 2 years now. So, the company, JESA. Tell us a bit about the history.
So the history, actually JESA was founded by my father in 1990, right after the Velvet Revolution. He was actually in it alone for a long time. Then my brother and I joined in 2015, and we've been running it together, the three of us, for 10 years now. We're just trying to push it as hard as we can to be, I don't want to say number one in the market, but to play in the first league here and do the biggest concerts and international stars. It's like this. My father is actually the owner, and I'm actually the executive director. My brother runs the whole warehouse, and I was the project manager for Dimash in Berlin. So I was in charge of everything: people, transport, tech, the whole install, deinstall, show, everything. This is the main room of our warehouse. We've got the ground floor and the first floor. To lower equipment, we use the hoist. And here, for example, you can see from today's test for winter, Let It Roll. It's just like, let's say, a sample piece of ground support. And we tested how it works, how the LED will hang there, how it is, whether it'll be optimal or not, and we'll just see. But I think it'll probably work out like this.
Do you calculate the loads too?
Exactly. Well, we're testing how the LED will hang there, how the motor will sit or not, whether the chain is okay like this. We photograph it and send it to the structural engineers, to the head rigger for approval, and to the whole production team to approve. Yeah, it's actually an event in a big sports venue, the Fortuna Hall. 12,000 people will show up, Friday, Saturday. It's actually one of the biggest drum and bass festivals in Europe.
Where?
February 2021. You can come, I'll invite you. I'll be so stoked to have you there.
I'm in. It's gonna be really big.
This is exactly the direction we want to go. 4 trucks worth of gear, tons of people, massive sound system.
You don't make much money doing this, do you, in this business?
Definitely not.
Even back then, something had to.
Dad, for sure, the 90s were wild years. Dad was already a sound engineer at the Palace of Culture, today's KCP, and that's where he learned the technical side. Then, of course, he borrowed some money, quite a lot actually, and got it started. Of course, he took risks, but he managed to pull it off. And now it's actually a proper professional company. We're growing together. Yes, exactly, we're growing together. We keep making it bigger and bigger. We actually got this last week. This is the new L'acoustic L2 sound system. It's brand new. They're absolute top of the line. Since we want to stay in the first league, we bought the basic set. Now it'll be tested, set up, sound engineers will come, try it out, hook it up, make sure everything works. And next week, it's already going to its first event.
That costs money, right? The older units then go?
Yes, we try to keep things current. So we might keep the K2, but we just try to always have the most up-to-date equipment. So when we buy a new set, we immediately sell the old one. Or we try to when it makes sense, because you can still sell it for good money, then only for less and less.
Where do you sell it?
There are various websites, Facebook groups, and so on, and it works great there. Those communities are very quick, and word spreads fast. So if you price it right, it sells relatively quickly.
And what scale of events do you do?
So our biggest events include Let It Roll and Mighty Sounds. We've done a lot at Rock for People, some VIP stuff, and we work Colors of Ostrava too. We do various dance competitions, for example. There's really just tons of it.
Mostly it's sound.
Yes, mostly it's straight up touring. Yes, mostly touring, exactly. So we don't really specialize in conferences, galas, small events, though we can do those. But our main thing, our core focus and direction, is definitely touring. So basically big halls, big arena concerts, big outdoor shows, 2 trucks and up.
How does planning work from the moment you get an order? Like when I send you.
Yes. It works like this. I get an inquiry, go through everything, price it out, send it back, then we exchange some emails, then the client confirms that, yeah, that's what they want. And then the wheels start turning where I have to get all the people together. Of course, half the gear I own, the other half I rent with crew. Then we just prepare everything for loading. The guys prep the load, label everything, cable wraps, cables, all the different XLR and DMX connectors. Throw it all in the cases. I can show you that later. And this is where we actually load it all. The truck guys come, my warehouse crew is here. We load it up, it goes to the event. There we set it up, do the show, pack it down, and round it goes. And it just keeps growing, growing, growing. We just love doing it right, doing it well, and doing it better every time.
And what's the total area of those stages?
Geez, we have about 250 deck panels. Each one is 2 by 1 meter. So let's say 500 square meters. The warehouse guys are busy almost constantly because they print out the loading list showing what goes where and how many of each item. So they need to know all the different cable types in that. So basically they pull out a case like this and they're doing this all the time, right? Like this. They've got the paper right here and just work through it as needed. They sort it by type, close it up, seal it as ready, and it goes on the truck, right? And for really big events, I mean. We're talking about maybe 40 of these cable cases. Here's a really specific cable, for example. Here we have it labeled exactly. It's ours, with the length. Yeah, exactly. Like these wraps here. I'm telling you, there are 4 warehouse guys here every day, and there's always work for them. Whether it's events, prep for loading, servicing, cleaning, they're constantly busy. Soldering stuff, whatever. That's the bulk of it. So here's the LED section. These are the various electrical or signal connections. Here are the classic 203s, which everyone knows. And then here are some more specific audio cables.
These panels connect like this.
Yes, they connect like this.
Between each other? Each one has to...
Exactly like that. Yeah, that's why the cables are so short. And you just connect these, and they already have the other contacts built in, right? Yeah, and you just connect them. Exactly. For it to work the way you want and have the image you want, you've got a special program on the computer where you set it up, how many you have, the resolution, and then it feeds from the media server. Think of the media server as a big, souped-up computer. Exactly.
Yeah, I broke one, and you'll lend me one.
I've got plenty of those. Plenty of those. There were 3 trucks from Berlin, I think. And it's basically about getting everything prepared here like this. As I said, load it up and we head to Berlin. I think it was Max Schmeling-Halle, right? Well, now we've arrived there. We started at 5 a.m. 3 trucks rolled in, unloaded, and boom! 30 stagehands, 30 techs. First thing is rigging, of course. That's the motors and the truss lines. That goes straight up to the ceiling. Everything's prepped according to the rigging plot and plan. Then the sound guys, lighting crew, LED techs come in and finish it all up. So by around 2 p.m., we're already doing rehearsals. Everything's done, lunch break, doors at 7, then showtime. Show ran till 11, then we had to pack out as fast as possible. I think we closed up the truck around 3 a.m. 30 stagehands again, 30 techs, loading it all up. I was there as the project manager, basically the head guy. So I was pushing everyone to make sure we hit our deadline because the venue fines are brutal. Because he was only pushing us.
That's the law of the burning signal. but we pulled it off.
I was honestly stressed out, I gotta say. But we managed everything and it was an amazing show. I loved it, absolutely loved it, but I gotta say, there's 6 months of prep, a million emails. It's not simple. Getting the crew, the gear, everything. We actually used preload trusses, which are these special rigs, 2-3 meters, on wheels. Everything's prepped here. So the lights are already hung, wired, tested. Then it disconnects, goes on a truck with wheels, gets unloaded from the hall, then just connects. So it's super fast and saves tons of time. So it's wild and demanding in that people are really there 24 hours, sometimes literally on their feet. But that's how the business works. Well, there you have it.
That was actually the biggest event. You also in the Great Athlete. We were actually filming that tournament deal in the organization. We spent 36 hours there, from start to finish.
That was trickier because we were still building support. So we'd start at midnight, build the support structure overnight, then roll in sound, lights, and LEDs in the morning, and pack up the support by the next morning. So it took even longer there because it's more complicated. You can't access the ceiling.
You gonna show us those guys?
Those guys? We can check out the guys. Let's go check it out. Guys, inspection time. That's my brother, by the way. Right now, we're looking at buying a new truck, yeah? Hopefully it works out. We want to buy a nice Volvo. Vashek's making labels for the cases because we finally have time for it now. And Seba's grinding down the pins so they don't damage the truss, right? So yeah, this is basically our workroom. 2 guys are missing. They've got time off or they're sick. I don't know what's up with them right now.
Who is it?
Yeah, that's Marqueta, my girlfriend.
At least one girl on the team.
Exactly. Yeah, so here's where our main lights are. We mostly run Robe, which is a Czech company. We've got a great relationship with them. We know the management there. So here you can see mega points, Tetra 2s, points, spiders, LED beams. We've got MA consoles. Here we actually have MDG haze. It's not fog like people are used to. It's not a small case that you take out. It's placed behind the stage and creates this big smoke curtain, subtle, that when the lights hit it, creates the effect. Here you see robo spots, which is the big thing right now. Everyone wants them. So these are basically little controllers that you have linked to the light on the front truss and on the singer. It follows his face, yeah. And even when he's moving around, the technician who's behind those controllers actually controls the light from above, tracking where he moves. Here's our biggest sound system, which is actually kind of outdated now. The K2 was really the main rig up until today. So I should mention that these boxes, they're really just wooden frames with speakers inside. And to make them work, you need to connect them with cables that run to these amplifiers, which actually power them. Yeah, but this is actually an older setup now. We've got the newer ones downstairs for the L2. Those are the LA 7.16.
Can you connect all of them to one?
No, it's actually 4 per segment here. So I can use one amplifier for 2 K2s. So this one rack actually powers 1.5 segments.
I call it a banana.
Banana, exactly.
That's what hangs above the stage.
Yes, yes, yes. This sound system was just at Frequency, at Nova Rock. Yeah, all the biggest festivals. Not just here, we do shows abroad too. Austria, Germany. It's basically the world standard. Everyone. And here are the current KS 2028 bass speakers. Over there are the carries. We use those for various delays, outfills, and smaller gigs. So here we have Chainmaster D8 Plus Ultra motors with 25-meter chain. They're IP66, so they're waterproof. And for Dimash, we definitely used all these 1-ton units. We also counted up 2.5-ton and 2-ton there. This tours with the band Rybicki 48. It's basically out April through September, every weekend at least twice. It's like a floor package, let's say. You can add LEDs to it, and it all fits in one truck for the biggest festivals here. This year, we're doing Haradi CZ, and we really enjoy working with that band. They're great. Here you can see the consoles. They're not quite the top tier, first league, but let's say they're right behind. So DGCO SD12 and Quantum 225.
That's probably the most expensive one, right? Those consoles, when they came out, right?
Well, now the most expensive thing here is definitely the sound system. The one we bought, yeah, but we're talking millions here, absolutely, right? The consoles? For that, we actually have the best SD racks or stage racks there are. We just didn't want to make any compromises, so we bought the best there is. They're blue cards, 32-bit. Nothing better from DGCO.
What's that for?
That's actually because, normally a sound engineer has a console. It's connected by optical cable. It goes in here, actually, and this is where the microphones plug in, right?
So guitarist, singer, keys, drums, everything goes through here.
This is on stage, exactly. This one's on stage. Yeah. And then there's the monitor console, which is often still on there too. That's also connected to everything, and the monitor engineer actually mixes what the band members and singers hear on stage. Here we actually have the splitters. Look at this. This is actually the back side. So this is a splitter, which is mainly used when another band arrives for a quick changeover on stage. When you think about it, one band finishes and the next plays within half an hour. So we can quickly switch without having to rewire that entire SD rack over there. You just plug it straight into this panel and then simply reconnect the main cable from the back. And it makes the work so much easier, really. The warehouse guys came up with this idea. We have about 3 of these racks. Yeah, and you can really see it's absolutely top quality, right? It's laser cut like this. There are keys, Allen keys labeled like this. Tape measures. I know what they did here with the screwdrivers, yeah, and it just makes life so much easier at every event. It's a really great thing.
Only someone who has it, who really has, ordered. Otherwise, nobody would think of that.
It's all my brother's work, who really elevated the warehouse beautifully. Everything's labeled, it's organized. The market, or what everyone wants, right? So let's say that LED screen. Really, for lay people, that's what I'm saying, right? It's simply made of segments like this, which are often half a meter by a meter.
Turn around, face the light.
And you can actually build whatever you want from it. Now it's bendable in different ways. There are corners for it. There are different resolutions, yeah, but this is really just the basic content of every show today. And now the question is how much money the client has for it, of course. But it really ranges from huge LEDs. On that Dimash show, there were actually sides 3 by 5 meters, 2 of them, and center about 16 by 6 meters, yeah, so that everyone in that hall can see the detail of the singer, band, drummer, keyboardist, whoever.
Is it a secret, or can I ask one question? When does it, plus or minus, on which rental does it pay for itself?
Yeah, that's a good question. That's a good question.
You have to, or you can skip it, plus or minus, yeah.
Plus minus, it has to work. Depends on your events, your clients, and how it's paid. But when I average it out, it has to run maybe 60, 70 times to break even. And then you start making money. But often you can't. You just can't think like that. Like if I thought that way, when will this new L2 sound pay for itself? I'd never buy it. I just need it as the whole package. And I offer the client that first league experience.
That's how it is. You need something already.
Yeah, I don't even calculate it like that anymore. I used to do those calculations. Now I don't bother. I just rent it, or buy it, and then rent it out as a package.
Thanks. I'm leaving a lot smarter today. I usually don't even look at what's in there. So thanks for sharing.
You're welcome.
It's substantial and it was useful for me today. As an organizer, I'll definitely fewer dumb questions from me going forward. Thanks again, and we'll catch up sometime soon. And
Looking forward to it. This year, there'll definitely be another big event. A proper one.
most likely, yeah. I hope so. I hope you enjoyed today's chat and found it worthwhile, that you learned something new. By the way, let's mention this up front. This is all in Czech, but I remember YouTube offered us automatic translation into any language, so feel free to try it and maybe comment on whether it's even bearable to listen to with that translation. Thanks, bye.